Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
Welcome to the Aly Jenkins mixed doubles.
Welcome.
Hey Sherry, how are you?
Good, Nance.
So we got
can you hear us both?
Sherry Anderson here with me, Nancy Martin. We were just going to try to do a first run of the commentating on the Aly Jenkins mixed doubles memorial event. We have Chaelynn Kitz and Brayden Stewart playing Chantele, Broderson and
Kyler, is it?
Yeah, Kleibrink. So interesting, Kyler and Chaelynn played together last year at Nationals because Brayden couldn't make it. So here they are playing each other.
Yeah, and they said they had played, well, they've played each other, I'm sure, several times over the years in the mixed doubles, but they're probably all about the same age, I would imagine.
Yeah,
are
so they both won out of their own province. So Kyler and Chantele out of Alberta in 2019, and Chaelynn and Brayden in 2019 as well. So they met at the Nationals in the same pool. And I think Kyler said they came out on top of that one. But Chaelynn and Brayden did make it to playoffs there, so it was a good event for those two. And for those of you who don't know, Chaelynn Kitz plays second for Sherry and I on our team, so that's fun.
Always lots of connections in the curling world.
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you who don't know or are new to mixed doubles, we start with the team with hammer starts with the rock at the back of the forefoot, and the other team has a center guard. So we see, who has hammer here? We just joined. Oh, so blue.
I'd say Broderson and Kleibrink must have the hammer. Now you have to refresh my memory, Nancy. When are they allowed to hit?
Yeah, so if you have hammer, it's the it's fifth rock thrown. So if you have hammer, it's usually the middle person's first rock. So the middle person's first rock. So in this case, both Kyler and Brayden throw the middle three rocks. So Chaelynn and Chantele throw first and last, and then Kyler and Brayden throw the middle three. And so whoever has hammer, the guy will get to throw hit as soon as he's throwing his first rock there. So
After his first rock. So
nope, his first rock. So
his
yeah,
first
so fifth rock thrown. Fifth
well,
rock. Fifth
only
rock
be
in play.
4.
Fifth rock in play. 1, 2. I never count them. I always just say, we have hammer. You can hit now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that shot didn't work out so good for Kyler.
No. This can put some pressure on here if he gets top 4. Top button.
Yeah, especially with both his rocks being in front of the tee line there, with Stewart Kitz rocks kind of in that good area.
Didn't quite curl over there.
Maybe.
Oh, Brayden looks a little exasperated with that one.
Yeah, maybe just a little heavy.
Yeah.
Probably a little less weight. Sweep weight would have curled in there nicely.
So that leaves opportunity here for Kyler and Chantele. Yeah, I think you're right. Looks like Kyler and Chantele have hammer. So they need a nice one here. Can possibly still generate a deuce.
Is there any way to show how many viewers we have?
Oh,
our
we got 30.
viewership? Ooh, 30. All right.
Did you call all your family, Sherry?
I didn't, but I should have.
Hey, this looks like a good one here. If it curls a little, this has to finish a little.
Didn't really.
Pretty good.
Pretty
Tough
good,
to get
though.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Shay and Brayden will probably just try to freeze one in there and force them to 1, I think. So just an update on where we are with the standings here as well. So in this pool, what do we got here? We got Nedohin. So we have Dave Nedohin playing with his daughter. They're 3-1. Kitz Stewart are at 2-1, and Kleider is at 2-1, and Barbara Grindheim 2-2. And Broderson, Kleibrink's 1-2, and Bobowski's 0-3. So Broderson really needs this win to stay in the mix in the hunt for playoffs here.
And you said the top team in each pool, and then the next 3 best records?
6. So yeah, so the
6,
top
that's
team
right,
out of
12.
each pool will advance. We have 6 pools of 6. So the top team from each pool will advance, and then the top 4 of those top 6 will be set ahead in the playoffs.
Into the 8.
Yeah,
okay.
and then the next 6 best records / LSDs will also advance.
Oops. Technical difficulties?
We almost had the screen on Sherry's face there. Okay, so this one is
yeah, that's
just not quite curling yet. There it goes.
It's going to be really
Needs
close.
to really curl in there. It's going to be close to for the force here, I think. Pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, they're going to have to go. I don't know what they're doing there. Trying to wide around, I guess. Try to generate the second point there. Maybe through the hole, she's thinking.
Well, might be possible. I don't know.
So we got James helping us out here, the ice maker. James, we can't hear them on the ice at all, hey? Can the people at home hear them?
They can hear you and
Okay. Okay. So maybe you at home might have a little more insight into what they're saying out there, but we can't hear them, so we'll just go by their hand signals.
Yeah, we can't really see them from our broadcast booth here
Yeah.
in Martensville, so
Yeah.
we're just going off the screen like you guys are at home.
Yeah. Looks like a tough shot, though, to get to, I would say, but I'm going to try something, I think, maybe through the hole. It was a good shot by Chaelynn there.
There we go.
Yeah, so just we can give a little update on a couple other pools here. So we have Rana from Sweden, and they are 4-0 in their pool. And then we have Chelsea Carey and Tyler Hartung are 3-1. Lisa Weigel, John Epping, same pool here, 3-1. And then we have a couple. We have local team Kennedy Field, they're 1-3. Skrillick and Hamilton are 1-3, and Hogue, DeLello are 0-4 for that pool.
There's a connection, Nancy. I don't think I told you that Diello apparently is from Winnipeg, and he's staying with Lynn Bentley and Delisle.
Oh, so friends of yours?
The other day. Well, cousin
Nedohin.
of,
Oh, yeah,
cousin
okay.
of my husband's, and so this kid is
Nice.
actually a writer, and he was doing some writing on Lynn's father and his
Okay.
hockey career playing for the.
Nice. Okay, so I think they've landed on the. She's trying to get through the hole here for the second point. Oh, maybe they're going out wide. That looks like they're going out wide and coming around. Hoping it swings out wide there. Sometimes we have seen this week, I've been playing in this event, and we have seen when you get out wide, you can get it to swoop off the wing and under, so that's what she was trying, but looks like it'll be one blue here. Oh. Yeah, one blue.
I'm sure that's a term that the ice maker likes to hear is swoop off the wing.
Well, and so just to let everyone know, so we are playing at Martensville and in Sutherland, so it could have been there too. So
Actually, I threw it to Sutherland a couple of days ago, and I was on sheet 1, and it was curling about 8 feet.
oh wow.
And it never got really fast, so the rocks were pretty sharp.
Yeah.
But I was like spinning them about 6 or 7 rotations.
Oh,
and it
wow.
was still curling 7 feet. So
Yeah, we played there yesterday. I think it was a 6 o'clock draw, and we were edge of 8, just outside edge of 8. So it wasn't as aggressive as we've seen. It kind of fooled us going in. So
yeah, I think 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets probably, but 1 I don't think has had a lot of play on it.
yeah. So
Yeah, so
just also, I don't know if I had told you, Sherry, but the winner top Canadian team, if they make top 4 here, top Canadian team will get a spot to the Olympic trials.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's
I
super
thought maybe
exciting.
it was just points going to accumulating points for the.
Yes, they are also trying to do that. So a lot of teams are trying to get into the last few spots there into the Olympic trials. So this is a huge event with big points on the line. So,
Well, that's good.
but also the Olympic trial spot is kind of the carrot here. So it's super exciting for some of these teams.
Well, and you got good cash payout as well, some good sponsors.
Yeah, we have
You
excellent
have,
sponsors.
What, 3 or 4 international teams here?
Yeah, we have 4 international teams. So we have a team from, oh, that was a great shot. Right on there. Perfect shot. That's exactly where you want to be with that first shot. So we have 2 teams from Sweden. We have Oscar Eriksson.
Rana.
Yeah, and Rana. And of course, Oscar's a world mixed doubles champion, as
Yeah,
well
he
as
won.
a Olympic men's gold medalist. So
Yeah, they won.
Big team.
Him and Anna Hasselberg won the year we were in
oh, that's right. When you were at
Sweden.
Senior World.
Senior Worlds
Yeah.
in Sweden, they won it.
Yeah.
So
So that was exciting. So yeah, so we're excited to have them here. Apparently this was the only weekend that worked for them, so it worked out good.
oh,
And then we also have a team from the U.S., Giving and Violet. And then we all have Gil and Hewitt from Australia as well. So
really?
yeah.
Now I wonder, is that their Olympic team?
Yes.
Or why would they be traveling?
I
here?
think it is their team that they send to Worlds, and I think Olympics. I'll have to double check with them, but I believe so.
Okay.
Oh, this is looking pretty good too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice shot.
so it's kind of a shot there. It was key for them. They wanted to unlock those because they were so close together. To be able to generate a multiple points here, it was a key to just unlock them a little so they can change the angles. And so that was a nice shot by Chaelynn there. And then, of course, in mixed doubles, we have each team can call a power play, what we call a power play. So that's where you'd be able to move the setup rocks off the center line over to the wing. So if you have hammer, you're going to see your first rock is set up just above the tee line over splitting 8 and 12. And then the opposition without hammer will have put up the guard. Oh, that one was a bit heavy and just ran a little on her. There's a key shot here by Brayden. If he can freeze tap again, line him up. Yeah, so each team can call a power play once in a game when they have hammer. And you often see it used 6, 7, or 8. So if they're playing it in 6, it's either you're down and you're trying to get some points back, or you might be up a few and just want to kind of put the screws to them and put it away. But
Keep it open so that you can make sure you score.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
some
the
people
idea?
will save it and play it for defensive play as well. So you could decide to just hold on to it till 8, and then you'd set those rocks off to the wing and then keep the center open, right? So
Okay.
I don't know why I'm telling you any of the rules, Sherry. Sherry and Dustin played Chaelynn, Schneider, and I in the Saskatchewan provincial final and beat us in the final. Sherry just learned how to play mixed doubles that weekend, and so did Chaelynn, and beat us in the final. So
But I haven't.
you haven't played since?
So I think there's been some rule changes since I played.
Yeah, I think when you played the you had to have someone holding a broom.
That's correct.
And so I remember Dustin holding the broom in the running stance and running down to sweep your rocks as soon as you let him go. So now of course you can stand in the house and hold the broom if you want to, or you can stand beside the thrower and sweep. So you'll see teams kind of approach it from different angles. On our team, I don't do any work, so I just throw the rock and Tyrell sweeps all the rocks. And but on Chaelynn and Brayden's team, Chaelynn does quite a bit of sweeping. I think she sweeps all of his rocks, so neither of them throws at a broom, I think. And then it looks like Kyler's sweeping his own rocks here.
See, for me, there'd be certain shots that I would want to see a broom. I think it'd be beneficial.
For
in
sure.
that area.
Well, I can tell you, when I don't have anyone holding the broom, I never miss the broom. So I never get the old Sherry like leaning one way that I'm tight or showing me that I was wide. So I never miss the broom when I'm playing mixed doubles.
I'll remember that, and I'll just stand on the backboards.
Yeah, you'll just call the shot and go have his coffee. Oh gosh. But it does sometimes develop some bad habits, that's for sure. All right, what do we have here? So, looks like
Well, I think
Brayden's going to try to, well, he could smack that on half a rock and get rid of 2 reds there, it looks like. If he half a rocks
he
that
messed
blue,
with that ice. Must be playing a little bit of weight.
I would think so.
I don't imagine too. He
I think
doesn't
that middle one would
need
spit,
too much.
and then that back blue would go onto the back red, so could get rid of 2 red here if he hits it right.
It's going to spill a little bit, so I think you probably still set it up for the opposition to do something with those rocks. He can't get it behind cover, really. Oh, it must be close. I can hear them through the glass.
Yeah. It's needs to curl just a hair. Looks pretty good. Oh, he didn't hit it quite as hard as I thought, but the rocks did kind of spill the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
if he would have
he's
spit
red.
that. Oh, and he's red. Oh boy.
Yeah, and he froze the
No wonders he
back
didn't hit
one.
it hard.
He froze the back
Oh,
one
my goodness.
onto the back.
Just
the
a
back
pro
blue
at
onto
this.
the red. Yeah. It's okay. It's the first end or second end of the first game.
Yeah, yeah. So we're just testing out the curling stadium here in Martensville, and we had a few test runs on some of the games, and the goal is for them to be able to broadcast on 4 sheets, every sheet. So every event they'd host, they'd be able to have all 4 sheets live streaming, so teams at home or family of teams at home can be watching, and yeah,
Well,
so
that's
that's
pretty
exciting,
good.
yeah.
Especially with the new COVID regulations.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't be able to have too many people in the stands, probably. It's going to be close to the guard.
Really holding it. Oh, couldn't
Just
quite
gonna
hold it.
rub.
Wonder if they can get to the inside of that red and kind of flop under maybe. Might be tricky.
Well, that was that Chantele's shot? It was, eh? So this will be last rock for 2.
Oh, yeah, drop it.
Oh no. Oh. I think she threw that. It must be Shay's shot. It doesn't
Nope,
good
looks
to
like
look in the
Brayden.
corner.
Looks like Brayden's still throwing here, so trying to generate a couple.
Where are the other rocks then?
Well, these are them here in the back, so that's Chaelynn's last one, I think. So they have the
Oh,
setup
they just have
rocks
one. That's
sitting
right.
there too.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Just one of each color.
Brayden saying room. He's in my way. I can't see. Oh, there it comes.
I think
Looks
just
pretty
rub
good.
that. Just
There it
rub
comes
it a
in
hair.
there.
Oh, sit. Oh.
Ooh, we found the hole there. Ooh, Kyler might be able to blast those out of there, or Chantele.
Well, he could he not hit the outside of the
That's what I was
outside one
thinking.
and
Yeah,
double
outside one
those?
hard and double them out and sit 2.
Be a force? Not me. That wasn't me.
You don't need a box shirt?
I think he was talking about Sherry just out on sheet D
Yeah.
or A. I guess A it is. So I'm not sure what they decided on here.
Yeah, so just an update on the other sheets. We have just Deis scored 2 in the first end over Englot Schneider. And then Bobowski scored 1 over Nedohin. And then Cotter got 1 over Taylor Snow. So Taylor Snow there, that team is, and they're both under 18. And Savannah Taylor skips her own team. And so it's quite exciting to have them in the event, and they were very excited to be here. And they're in Oscar Erickson's pool, and they were also quite excited about that. So
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool.
yeah, good shot.
Oh, she got moved the other
Sitting
one
3
far
there,
enough.
so
And not an easy way to get in there for Chaelynn. She's either got to play a straight draw, which isn't the easiest.
yeah, because we did see Brayden throw a draw there, but if it takes the same path, it would definitely could over curl through the hole.
Yeah, and if she comes on and hits that top blue rock with
chip it.
much at all, she won't get into the forefoot enough to even
Yeah,
cut 'em
you
down
definitely
to
don't want to
one.
get stuck in between the shots. Kind of got to commit here
Exactly.
and throw the weight.
Well, I
for-
think that any weight, though, would be really tough because
Agreed.
she can rub off the ones behind the guard and roll into the button a little bit, but it's a big shot.
Yeah, pressure's on against 3 here.
It's got enough weight. Not touching a broom to it yet. It's really close. Oh no, she's found the hole.
Oh. Well, that's not the end of the world there.
Well, it looks like she might have got second shot.
Yeah, might only give up 1 there.
Yeah.
Just the 1 blue. So.
All right. Well, then that was a pretty good shot. Okay. We're going to give you a little look here at the Englot Schneider game against Justin Deis. There is a ton of rocks there in the middle of the house.
Ooh, that is a messy house. Good.
Can you tell, Nancy, who's shot, red or the blue? Right on the guy's nose.
I'm going to say blue, yeah. The
I think
left
it's
blue looks shot there. So, Englot Schneider. So, Englot has hammer, so this must be last rock here. Because they gave up 2 in the first. So, yeah, she has hammer. What do you see here, Sherry, that she could do? Oh, she can't quite get to that middle red on the right there.
Like, if that comes, she can tap the blue red and spin it
I'm not sure she can get to
into
enough
there.
of it, but what is she throwing here? Out turn, looks like
She's throwing
out.
some weight. I think she's thinking it'll come off the red and spill
Oh,
into
yeah,
the 2
okay.
blue.
Guess we'll see here in a second. I think it's 1 blue.
Might still be 1 blue, hey? It didn't make contact with that top red rock.
They aren't saying, but this is the third person to have a look. Oh,
No,
must
Michelle
be blue.
kicked
Michelle
it
kicked it off.
Yeah.
All right, so that game is 3-0 for just Deis. Back to our game. So it looks like first shot, Chantele came up a little short. So Chaelynn's going to want to get this one around, maybe top 4. Ooh, we're up to 89 viewers, Sherry.
Ooh.
91. Oh, we just jumped to 91.
Oh. If we hit 100, do I get another glass of wine?
I think if we give you a couple more glasses, the ratings will go up for sure.
Just a side
Well, it
note
looks
there
like
over
Chaelynn
on
thought
that other
that
sheet.
pick. She's really cleaning up behind her here.
Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, back to the Just Deis game, I really like their uniforms with the purple in them.
Of course you do.
Yeah, they look good.
You wish we were in purple too, I bet.
Yeah. Notice.
For those of you who don't know, I'm looking at Sherry right now. She has purple shoes, purple socks, purple belt, purple shirt. And I would like to probably guess she has a purple underwear on. Oh my goodness.
Don't be ridiculous.
That one really curled too.
I wonder if that's just a product of letting one side sit for a little while
Yeah.
and it's coming up a little heavier. Or
We've definitely seen that. If the side is sat for a little bit, it'll get a little more aggressive and grind a little more. So
yeah.
just got to be a little more positive and through on those sides. Keep that in mind. There's a lot that goes on in mixed doubles. It's only 2 people trying to do the job of 4 people and keeping track of the paths and
Yeah. And do it quickly. I mean, here you're not timed like you would be at other events, but you still want to kind of keep that flow going.
yeah, it's definitely, we've found ourselves quite tight on time a couple times at nationals, so it's a speedy game, that's for sure.
So how much time are you allowed at nationals? What is your time? Do you
I don't
remember?
know. I'll look it up, Sherry.
Well,
but
it's about you finish a game in about an hour and a half.
yeah,
eh?
it's usually an hour and 25 minutes when we're on clock. So we've seen these games go on approximately 2 hours, I think, hey James? Yeah.
So that's a big difference, that extra half an hour.
Oh yeah.
In these, so you wouldn't see that much standing around discussing things
No.
like you would in a
That was a
timed
good
event.
shot from Chaelynn there. Nice shot.
Way to go, kid.
Yeah.
I'm a little partial.
Yeah. So your teammate Patty Hersticorn is in the event this weekend with
Yeah.
Steve Laycock, and I heard she's loving it. So
I didn't even get a chance to ask her there before we started.
yeah,
But I mean, they did so well last weekend. They won the event
Yeah.
at the Sutherland. Oh, was that the Sutherland?
no,
wasn't
it was here at
Oh, it was
Martensville.
here
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good way to start any kind of competition that you've never played before.
Yeah,
is to
she
go
said
out and win.
she had a hard time watching mixed doubles before because she didn't fully understand the rules and like what was really going on. She said now
Yeah.
she's feeling it, so that's good.
Well, that's good. Another convert.
Yeah, you're not gonna have any teammates left here right away. Oh, looks like it could curl in there to get.
Again, just that dead weight, and it doesn't
Yeah.
maybe get as much curl as.
That's still pretty good. He couldn't have done. I'm sure he would have liked to got it a hair under more, but it's pretty good.
It's kind of a mess up front there with those rocks all overlapping. There isn't too much to raise very good, and
Yeah, I wonder if Chaelynn's gonna or have Brayden throw the in turn here and kind of swoop one in and around. I might be tempted to guard on the right side there just to kind of take everything away. But if you do that and then Kyler swoops one around,
yeah.
so it's always
Well, and it's hard to tell from here, but are these combinations, the red, blue guards lined up to clip? Look, you can't tell. Is it going to come off the other blue? From that angle, it doesn't look like it will. I'm sure they're like me and they hate to guard the opposition stones.
it always bites you in the butt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are going out wide here.
Yeah, and
it's
it
just
definitely looks like it
comes
really
off the-
curls.
Brayden wasn't too happy with that. You really got to get it, think, 10, 12 feet more weight, honestly, once you go out into that new spot. It's just, and then
And
once
it's
you
hard
have
to
one
do
out
that
there-
because you don't want
I
to be
know,
heavy. You don't want to be
certainly
1 foot
don't.
heavy, right? So
Exactly.
it's hard to throw it.
So just an update from one of the sheets here. We have Nedohin. Nedohin scored 3 over Bobowski, so that sheet is now 3-1 for Nedohin. And then what else we got? Well, we saw the Englot. That's all the updates I have. Maybe I'll check the other club here.
And all that information could be found on Curling Zone
Exactly.
website.
Exactly. If you just go under events, mixed doubles, and then
Yep.
down to the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial, you'll find the scores there. So just at the other club, we have Quick Armstrong is playing Armstrong Schneider. So Catlin Schneider normally plays with Shannon Burchard, and he's playing with his girlfriend this weekend. So that's Armstrong Schneider. And they are up 5-0 on Ashley Quick and Mike Armstrong. And then we have Sauter Wills. So Bobby Sauter normally plays with Brendan Botcher, and he wasn't able to make it, so she teamed up with Sam Wills, and they are winning 2-0 over Teresa Waterfield. And I'm not sure how to say that last name.
Helmez.
Sorry about that. And then we have Jolene Campbell and Brady Sharback are playing Oscar Erickson, DeVal and Erickson, and it is 1-1 over there. So, and then we have Ackerman Bernath up 2-0 on Stremick and Eddie
from Martensville here.
Is that one here?
No, I say that they're from
they're
Martensville.
Yes.
It shows there, so got some local people in. That's good to see.
Yeah, we got quite a few junior teams, so that was fun for them and exciting for us. It's the best way to grow the sport, bring in some big names and bring out some of these young teams, and we'll hook them while they're young.
Well, exactly. And I mean, the good news is, is it going to curl? The good news is that if you can't find 3 other people to curl with in men's or women's, if you can rook a buddy into, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and giving the sport a try, then you don't need too many people involved. So,
James, do you guys have a mixed doubles league? Okay, yeah. So I think I heard there's still a mixed spot open here in the league for Tuesday nights.
Yeah, right now there's one spot open, I believe, on our Tuesday mix, which is just one of each gender required, and the rest of the team.
Okay, so I don't know if you can hear James, but he said there's one spot open in the mix, so one of each gender is only required, and then you can kind of mix and match the rest of your teammates there. So if anybody's interested in coming out to Martensville for a Tuesday night league, I think it's 6:45. Yeah, 6:45.
6:45 draw time. That's perfect time.
Yeah.
Get off the ice, and you still have time to go have a beverage afterwards. So.
Exactly. That's key.
That's key. Oh, look at 164, 165. We're up to viewers.
You're talking about your wine. Oh wait, maybe it's the good competition out here. Maybe they just want us to be quiet so they can hear the curlers. Oh, he really got it out there this time.
It still looks like it might be light. Oh.
Maybe it's a good thing we can't see his the words he's saying under his mask
exactly.
there.
Well, they don't really have too much, and now they've kind of lined that up for a Blue Rock to be promoted if they so chose.
Looks like a chisel in maybe, hey? And roll off so you don't leave a in off for the other team?
Yeah, and they just played that shot sort of maybe with a little more weight, but they certainly will know the ice for it. Doesn't look too appealing though, because it's right dead behind that guard, but if it's made, I'm not certain what kind of shot Chaelynn would have to score here.
Yeah, the only good news for Chaelynn and Brayden is that it would only be for against one here.
Yeah.
Is this last rock, Sherry?
No, 2 rocks to come.
Okay, yeah, this is Kyler and Chantele's last rock, and then so we'll see. She's going out a little further than Kyler. We'll see if they get the swoop off the side there.
There's that word again.
The curl then?
The curl.
Oh, it's curling. This looks close. finish a little.
I don't know if it has the weight to tap it too far.
Looks like. Ooh,
Oh, it did.
it looks like their
No.
second shot.
Yeah. Red still won.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any in off. It's just gonna.
The double is probably going right into the red.
Yep.
She might have to try swooping one over the.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she can even get enough of the button to do that.
Well, we did see it. Brayden's really came off that side there, so maybe she can throw it out there warm and. Oh, look where Brayden's.
Yeah. I think this shot is one of those ones. If you were being timed, I don't think you'd waste a lot of time
No,
on
you
because
just kind of throw it out there, and
yeah, she doesn't have anything.
it's got to curl a long ways to get over there for shot.
Yeah.
So here we're seeing Brayden hold the broom for Chaelynn, but I did talk to her about it. I think he usually kind of gives her a broom and then makes his way down to sweep. So she likes to get the visual before she throws. When I'm throwing, I just sort of, we pick the broom and then together we go back to the hack and I just try to keep envisioning it. Again, I never miss, so. The broom, that is.
Yeah. And you know what, for myself, it's really easy when I go out and practice if you're aiming at the edge of the 4, or the edge of the 8, or the edge of the 12, or my gripper that I've left down there. But if you're aiming kind of in no man's land,
It's tough, yeah.
it's a little tougher to be precise.
I find the ones just off the 4 foot, like kind of maybe a third into the 8 or something, a little tough to hit that third spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. She really got it out there.
You know what? She's going to be
I think
close.
she's close, yeah.
Now if it's...
Now will it finish enough?
Oh, great effort. Really good
throw.
effort.
Yeah. I think that's one red. Well, they're having a look anyway. No, one red. Chaelynn moved it. Good try.
Yeah, great effort. How to show Brayden how to get there, Chaelynn.
Yeah, exactly. When's your next game, Sherry?
My next game?
Next
Event? Well, we are playing in Sutherland this next weekend, a week from today. Right?
Right.
And then in an SWCT event, and then the next weekend back in Martensville here with my senior ladies.
Okay.
Okay, we're
Just
over
Deis
to-
again with Englot.
oh, sorry.
What do we got going? She's red. Ooh, looks like she's sitting 1. Not sure what she's trying here. Maybe.
Kind of feels a little bit like mini golf in the clown's nose here with this logo and the guys. It's kind of a cool logo, but it's really hard to see the button. Oh, she's not doing what she wanted to, I don't think.
Maybe she was trying to end off there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think she got 1 point. So Nancy, other than the power play when it's off to the side, the first rock of each end is basically a draw to the full 4, right? Top 4.
Yeah, so I think sometimes if you're really wanting to make sure you force, you want to make sure you're right back to that back one, frozen right on the nose. If you're needing to score, you might not want to quite go back there, might want to be top button. Force them to make a good one. Oh, she got by there. Man, that is sure curling. perfect weight though. Yeah, so
Still
some
not
teams,
such a bad shot,
yeah, some teams, you know, for example, if you have hammer and the other team has locked it on the back one, a lot of teams like to kind of, like I said before, jiggle those back two just to change the angles so that they're not locked in on the 4-foot. And if the miss could be the tick on the guard and open it up, and then they can draw around. So,
okay.
so it
Well,
depends on the score sometimes.
that was my next question. Do you ever see the tick being played to push and open things up and make it a little more conventional curling, where
Yeah, what's
you
interesting
might have
is
a corner guard?
what's interesting, and it's because we've always thought why don't teams just do that a lot? But what happens is that we're so focused on the button area that the teams don't play along and go and switch to a traditional game either. So they end up, you know, not playing along with you, and they'll just go right back to the center, and then your rock out in the wing doesn't do anything. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
And I suppose if you're always going towards the middle, it's probably even tough to then play the power play to the wing, because you don't know what it's
yeah.
doing crossing. You haven't seen anything cross
Exactly. So
the
it's
center
always
line.
a bit of a guess, like especially with sometimes if you have a timed practice, then you can throw more than your two rocks, and you can focus a little less on fully on the LSD spot, and you can see one coming off the center line or something. But because of the LSD and the pressure of that carrying through the event, we don't throw anything on the center line until you absolutely need it, and at that point you aren't sure if it's, because as you know, we've seen sometimes at rinks where the center line to the wing will be actually quicker than we think. So we often assume it's going to be heavy, but sometimes it'll be quicker than we think. So it's a bit of a guess. So it does change it up. So as soon as you tick that center one, then you see the other team kind of go, now what?
Yeah.
Now what do we do? Because even, you know, when they lock one in on top somewhere, you're not probably going to hit it. So yeah, it doesn't fully switch to just traditional game then.
Now, another question: if the I want to say man, but the second position, the middle three rocks, his first rock without hammer, he still can't hit. If he threw and removed a rock out of play, the opposition stone out of play, would they go back?
Yeah, exactly. So your thrown rock would be removed from play, and then the stone would go back to where it was.
Okay, just like normal play in the free
Exactly.
guard zone.
Yep.
Okay. Got a rock coming down here that's looking pretty good. Interesting little story here. Kleibrink is the son of Shannon Kleibrink, who of course I used to curl against all the time. I believe she has 2 kids, and I'm not sure if it was Kyler or her other child, but I can remember competing in events where she just had the baby and she was breastfeeding in the change room,
Wow.
which isn't a big deal, but that was how many years ago?
And here you are watching her
and,
son.
and here I am watching her son.
Yeah, actually, Kyler and Shannon have been doing some coaching with, I think it's with some of the Chinese teams, and so.
Well, they were, and when I asked him before the game if his mom was still dealing with the Chinese team, and he said no. When COVID hit, the Chinese said no, they were done with that. So, but Shannon is heavily involved with Curl Alberta right now as well, so
Okay.
that's keeping her busy. But nothing with the Chinese teams right now. I'm sure maybe in the future, hopefully in the near future when COVID
Oh, here here we come with a run back. Oh, straight peel. Oh, Brayden's given that signal a lot.
Yeah, that's not, as a curler, that's not the signal you want to see with the arms up in the air,
Yeah,
kind of.
what?
What?
Yeah. I'll just check if I can get an update on some games here. Okay. So we have Nedohin. It's 3-2 over Bobowski. Jim Cotter and his daughter Chaelynn are 3-0 over Taylor Snow. And then our game, of course, 2-1. And then Ackerman Bernath still 2-0 over Stremick Eddy. Deval Eriksson is 3-1 over Campbell Sharback. And then it's 4-1 for Sauter Wills over Waterfield. And 7-2 right now for Armstrong Schneider over Quick Armstrong, going into the 5th end there. So they're quite a bit ahead of everyone right now.
And Quick Armstrong, are they the defending provincial champions? I know they have won the provincials before, but
I believe they are the defending.
I think they are, aren't they?
Champions, yeah.
Yeah.
They've won it twice.
Yeah. And there's a team that, like Ashley, is not on a women's team competitively, but has sort of dedicated their time and efforts towards the mixed doubles. So that's good to see as well.
Boy, Red
It's
looks like
lonely.
they're pretty lonely. Yeah, little trouble here.
Yep. I don't know, can they? I mean, they could smash it in there, but is it going to do them any good to do that?
Yeah, and Red doesn't have hammers, so they're going to have to be careful here to not give up a bundle.
Well, he's throwing it hard, so he must be trying to make at least a double. Oh, it's close. Oh, nice triple.
Nice shot.
Got rid of 3. Good shot. And left himself in pretty good spot, actually.
Yeah, they were looking like they're in big trouble. That was a big high five there.
So Nancy, I know you said you had quite a few sponsors for the event. Who are some of the sponsors that you have for this event?
Yeah, so we have SGI, and Chantele is sponsoring with through
I've left.
the curling stadium, and then our title sponsor is actually Aly's dad's company. Just the full name is First Nations Capital and Infrastructure Agency of Saskatchewan. So we're super thankful to have them come on board. They came on board as soon as they heard about the event. So again, we're super thankful for them to be on board.
For sure. For sure. As curlers, we realize how important it is to have the sponsors of the events and individual team sponsors.
Yeah, and funds raised from this event are going to go to the Sandra Schmerler Foundation in Aly's name. So
Very nice. Very nice. Sorry, didn't mean to stump you there, but
Oh, sorry, I was just dealing with the situation at the other club here in the background because I'm also helping run the event, so
yeah,
just got
you're busy.
sidetracked, sorry.
Got a lot of irons in the fire here.
Yes.
And they are also 4-0, 3-0, 4-0 in your pool.
Who?
You.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, who? Yes.
Nancy
We
Martin
have one
and
more
Tyrell Griffin.
Yeah.
Tyrell Griffith.
Griffith, yeah.
Griffith, sorry, Tyrell from British Columbia. So
Yeah, we've had a good event so far, so hopefully keep moving along strong. Now, so we already have a spot to the Olympic trials, so that's exciting for us, but so if a team would come up against us in the final, then they would get the spot. So.
Okay. Perfect.
Or the same if they come up against international teams. So it's the top Canadian team who doesn't already have a spot. So.
Okay, so if there was 2 Canadian teams, say you and an international team were in the final, 2 Canadian teams had lost to you and the international team, they would have a playoff game
so
then for that spot?
During the final, we'd also be having another playoff game on the side with also equal significance
exciting.
on the line there. So yeah.
That would be very exciting. And okay, what's Chaelynn doing here? It looks like she's just playing a come around kind of, if she can get a little bit around that blue rock, make it really tough for the blue to score. Oh, she's come with this other turn.
Oh, maybe she might
maybe
be guarding.
she's just guarding.
Yeah, to protect her too there. Force them to maybe hit the back one and just give them one, possibly. Yeah, so it's going to be a decision here for Kyler and Chantele. Maybe just draw to the pocket if she can. It's a little tricky because if you ever come off the blue, you still give up 2. So, I mean, you could hit and just give up the 1.
Yeah.
Depends on really how much you know the ice there and how confident you are with that draw shot there.
Yeah. She did play this. She did play this shot in the second end, where she tried to just tick that rock over. So she sort of played the very similar shot, maybe with a little more weight.
Right.
But
so she obviously feels pretty confident with it.
yeah. And that red must just be sitting slightly lower than the other one, or else she could hit the outside of it and possibly just double them out and score one that way. But
she likes the line. It's looking good right now.
yeah.
Pretty close to the top.
Oh, she might have got shot rock out
Oh,
of it.
nice shot. Very nice shot for 1.
Really good. See, that's what I thought Chaelynn might do, is try to just tuck around the blue there with the out turn, and then she went the out turn. But
yeah.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
welcome back. That was a great last shot that Chantele made there.
Yeah, that was a
get
tough
it
shot.
right.
She
Yeah.
made it beautifully. This one looks like it might be over curling. But red is still sitting 2.
So for the most part, the ice has been
Yeah, the ice has been
both
so
clubs?
good at both clubs. Similar speed, which is helpful. Like I said before, in mixed doubles we see this a lot where, you know, if one side sits and you kind of play a whole end to the one side, it definitely, the other side gets just a little stiffer. So you just got to remember that when you go back to the other side. So, but it's been awesome. James is doing a great job out here, and also shout out to Sutherland. They've also kept everything rolling over there. Awesome. And boy, I tell you, the volunteers that have helped out on the committee for this event, it's just been unbelievable. People have stepped up and really helped out to make this event happen.
Yeah, and it always takes quite a few people and a lot of effort and time to run a big event like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things to think about, and thankfully we've had some amazing help here. So
And that's 36 teams you have in
right,
it, right?
36 teams, yeah, from, like you said, all over Canada, and also from some international teams. So it's exciting.
Of course, the majority would be from Saskatchewan, but you've got players
We have a
from
couple from Alberta, Ontario, Manitoba. No one. I don't think we have any teams from Quebec this year. But yeah,
the
it's
Far
been
East.
good.
Again, its timing is a little bit of a concern this year, especially with the Olympic trials. You've got men's and women's events happening at the same time, and that
Yeah, there's
take away from
exactly.
competitive.
There's a
some
big
of the
event,
competitive teams.
big women's event in Edmonton this weekend, and so we lost a few teams to that. But you know what? Where we lose a few of the, maybe a couple teams there, we gained a few junior teams. So who knows? Like we
Yeah.
talked about before, it could be the future of the sport, right? So
Yeah, yeah, it's always good to get some new blood in there as well. And you have another big mixed doubles event coming up in a couple of weeks in Banff.
yeah. It's the Qualico event in Banff at the end of September, and there'll be a Olympic trial spot on the line there as well. So it's a big couple weeks here for mixed doubles for sure. So a lot of the teams that you see here this week are heading out to Banff as well. So I know Chaelynn and Brayden are going, and I think Kyler and Chantele are going. There's quite a few on the list that are going to be at both. So yeah, it's a pretty.
And a lot of teams that maybe don't dedicate as much time to the mixed doubles with the competitive curlers from both men's and women's teams. I think the lineup there showed a lot of them, did they not?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Not sure what Brayden was trying to do.
I'm not sure if he was
on
trying to
that.
in off there and it just didn't curl like he thought, maybe? I'm not sure. He's given the swing in the arms again, so I'm not sure. He's a bit
Yeah.
exasperated out there.
I didn't realize we needed to get the sign language figured out from him.
Yeah. We'll have to ask him later what those signals mean.
I could tell you, but I can't say it on here.
Oh, Sherry, we're up to 317 followers now, or people watching, so.
Perfect.
Yeah. So again, anybody who's new to mixed doubles, you know, the team with hammer starts with the rock at the back four, and the other team without starts with one center line. There's a coin in the ice that helps us know where to put the rock, so we number the positions. 1 is just inside the coin and 2 is outside the coin, so we kind of set it based on how much it curls. So per event, it'll be determined where to put that coin.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like a good shot coming through here. Very nice, good shot. Yeah, and then again, as we talked about, each team has an opportunity to play a power play, and then the rocks will be moved off the center line to the team with hammer will split the 8-foot, 12-foot just above the tee line, and then the other team will same guard position will be just a 1, but just right in front, fully guarding that rock in the house. And just pulls the play away from the center and gives that team a little bit more opportunity for offense.
Right. But you have to have the hammer to.
Yes, you have to have the hammer to call the power play. And you each can only call it once. And I just said, you can generate some points there with the opportunity for offense, but some teams also save it for defense and won't play it till, say, the 8th end, where they can pull the play away from the center and ensure that they can score their last point or two there.
Perfect.
Okay, must be, looks like in turn around to the back one maybe, or top 4.
I'm thinking, because that hole, like to tap that blue rock would be a tough shot. That's in the top of the 8-foot just because of the guards.
So like we talked about, we see Chaelynn sweeping Brayden's rock here. And didn't quite get there.
He can't be throwing them hard enough to get. He's had
it might
quite
be
a few
just
short.
Just might not be feeling it.
Girl.
But some teams, like I said, some teams will hold the stick for their shots, and some teams will sweep every shot. So as I was saying, on my team, I don't do anything. Tyrell does all the work.
Well, it's nice that you admit that.
Yes, exactly.
At least.
I really liked, we did try, like, where I would go and sweep a few, but I really love just seeing the paths too, and also not doing the work. But seeing the paths so that when I go to throw mine, I can really visualize what I've seen, where it broke and stuff. And I find when I'm sweeping, I don't get a good feel for that. So.
Yep, I agree. I would be the same way.
Plus, let's be real, Tyrell can sweep a quarter of the sheet of ice and affect it more than I can in a whole sheet. So.
Yeah. Now, Nancy, commenting my comment about Brayden just not feeling it there, and do you ever see the players switch from end to end? Because I know you can still do that, can you not?
So
Chaelynn could throw the middle 3 the next
exactly.
end, and Brayden could throw the lead rock and the final stone.
Exactly. I know I've played with a few different partners where we've tried it once or twice. I've seen limited teams do it. For the most part, you don't see it happening. I think when they came up with mixed doubles, they kind of intended that to happen, that you might see that, say switch it up depending who has hammer, or like you said, if you just can't get the feel. But I remember at Nationals last year that Laurie St. George and Felix did switch a couple times. So she ended up throwing middle 3 for, I believe, most of the event. And they were, I think, among maybe 1 or 2 that did that. But for the most part, you do see the men throwing the middle 3. But she did a heck of a job throwing middle 3 out there at mixed doubles. They were a force to be reckoned with out there.
I'm just surprised you wouldn't see it a little more than, Chaelynn.
Curl.
Gotta slow down and curl.
There it goes.
Gotta curl though.
Yeah, I kind of left it sticking out still.
So that is going to be a hit for 4.
Nope, that was last
that
rock.
was last rock.
Yeah. So I think I missed how many blue got there. Did you see that, Cherry?
I couldn't tell from. I wasn't looking at the right.
The right screen.
Screen.
There's a lot going on, and we're just trying to get used to it. So it's a little bit new for everyone right now.
Oh, Chaelynn's.
Oh,
there you go. One
okay.
red. What new viewers? Oh, here we are back to the
this is the
Deis Just.
Yep.
Or
Just
Deis.
Deis, Englot, Schneider. Okay. looks like this is probably last rock here as well. Because they are down 7-1. So she is trying to run back double, looks like. Might have just over curled. Gave up 1. So that'll be 8-1 for Just Deis. Then I'll just give you a couple other score updates here, Sherry. We got Nedohin is 6-5 over Bobowski going into the 6th end.
Oh, Bobowski just got 3. They gave up 3 and 4,
that was
and
just
they got 3 and 5.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
So that is a final there for Just Deis. So we'll take the victory there over Englot Schneider. Okay, so Nedohin is 6-5. Because as you said, Bobowski got 3 in the 5th end. And then Cotter is up 7-1 on Taylor Snow. And then Ackerman-Bernath, looks like that game is over. Ackerman-Bernath won over Stremick Eddy. So that's 9-1. And then Deval Eriksson is 3-2.
You can go if you need to.
I gotta step out for a sec, Sherry.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll give the final updates here. Deval Eriksson 3-2 over Campbell Sharback right now after 4. Sauter Wills is up 4-1 on Waterfield Helmsy. And the quick Armstrong, Schneider. I can't get to. It's hidden at the bottom of the screen. 7-2 for Armstrong Schneider right now over Quick Armstrong after 5.
So back to our game here. We are
So
Kitz
her stone here.
Yeah, so Chaelynn, so they scored 1, so those scores aren't updated. So it's 3-2 right now for Broderson Kleibrink, and Broderson has hammer here in 6.
Okay. Now
We've lost our technical advisor, so hopefully we can keep it together here.
Any viewers that are newer to this format of the game probably are like me. You don't understand that big ends can happen quickly and fairly often. Lots of times you look at the line score, you'll see a score of 3 and then a score of 4 the next end by the opposition, steal a 3 and then 4 the next end. It's just back and forth all the time. So
I think it's my favorite part about the game. That's why I love mixed doubles so much, because sometimes you're standing there, your heart's just pounding. You're either going to get 4 or give up 4. It's kind of, it's intense from the first end to the last end. And you know what? The game is never over, which is also awesome. I just love that. You know, if you give up 4 in the first end, it's a long game. And we just saw Patty and Steve score 4 in the 8th end there. They were down 3 and
I know.
Yeah,
I left the house, thought
got
they
4.
were,
for the win.
They were going to lose and got here and they'd won.
Yeah.
So
Never say die.
no. Chantele threw another nice draw in there.
This one's gonna need to slow down a bit here.
And Brayden's just not feeling the draw weight. I don't know if he's got some rocks that are an issue or if it's just...
Yeah, and sometimes it's, you know, the other way he was throwing the draws on the left side of the sheet. Now he's coming home on the other side of the sheet. It could just be half-second different, just not quite figuring it out. Or, like you said, it could be a rock issue.
Yeah.
There's so many factors. If anybody needs something to do this afternoon, if they want to come down and watch some games. I think there's a game at 6 o'clock tonight, this evening.
Both in
Martensville and Sutherland, exactly.
And at the Sutherland.
There's 4 games, I think, on each sheet or each club.
Yeah. Throw a mask on and go support our local curling clubs.
Exactly.
Have a drink and watch some good curling.
And then we have draws at both clubs at 8:45, or sorry, here in Martensville at 8:45 in the morning, and then there's 2 games over at Sutherland at 11:30, and I believe 4 games here at 11:30 as well tomorrow morning. And then our playoffs will start in the afternoon.
That'll wrap up the round robin play and then the playoffs. Any tiebreakers, or is it just strictly
No tiebreakers. So as we talked about before, the LSDs are so important. So just for anyone who's not familiar with the LSDs, so both teammates will throw one draw to the button. So one will throw it away from the house on the same side of the sheet and then back home. So and then we total those up, and that's the LSD for each game. So we'll carry through 5 LSD totals for each team, and then kind of rank.
No bad one is thrown out or anything
No,
like some
no. In this
competitions.
format, we've kept all 5.
Okay.
I wish it was throwing one out because we had a terrible one yesterday. We
Yeah.
missed the house and we're back, I think, 8 or 12, so that was not good. Tried to make it up today with a couple zeros, but that's still, that other one hurts.
Yeah. Well, it won't. You win your final round robin game and it won't be an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess it would.
could
I guess
still
it
be-
could, right?
Yeah, so for example, if we would win our next game and be 5-0, we could still end up not set ahead with the top 4, right? So
Right,
Yeah, so those
yeah.
LSDs, and then same for teams, trying to, if they come out 3-2 or 4-1, it could come down to LSDs. So with no tiebreakers in place.
Well, with 36 teams and 12 of them hitting the playoffs, the 6 next best records, chances are it's going to come down to the LSD, and there's going to be some teams eliminated from that. You find that more and more important with men's, women's, and mixed doubles play
Yeah.
now, and especially the news that the World Curling Federation are looking at no tiebreakers. They want to do a shootout style draw to the button format
Instead of an extra end
instead of an extra end.
in the round robin format. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had that in the senior nationals the last few years. You do 2 draws to the button, one of either turn coming home, your total score, and then that there is no tiebreakers. So that's big.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we at Nationals were eliminated based on LSDs last year, getting to playoffs. So I definitely
and we've
feel that.
been in it by playoffs, or
Yes.
into the playoffs
Yeah.
by our LSDs. So
Yeah.
any of you young people out there, well, any age, but the young ones coming up, practice that. Be able to draw the button before the game. It can be like an extra win or 2 right
yes,
there.
exactly. All right, so what do we got going here? Looks like blue sitting 2.
It looks like it.
Yeah, blue sitting 2.
Yeah.
And not sure, is he gonna try to smash in there?
Well, I think he's got to do something soon, doesn't he?
It was interesting. I had to leave here because it was just a question about whether they're allowed to switch out a rock. So we set 2 rocks aside per game. So for example, the first draw we set aside 1 and 2, next draw 3 and 4, and it's just to keep even play with the rocks. But we set those 2 rocks aside, and you're not allowed to use those 2. But the rock that you use to set up, like your first rock that you set up as a guard or the back 4, if you hadn't been throwing that through the game, you can switch and throw that rock. So I had one of the teams ask, can we switch? So they were obviously having issues with the rock that they just thought they need to switch it out. So, but they wanted to ask permission if that was something that was allowed. So.
Okay, and just to clarify, when you say that you set 2 out every game, that's just to give even play on the conditioned rocks, because when I'm sure every listener's heard the term sandpaper, or they condition them with sandpaper, so they sort of rough up the bottom part to give it more curl. If you have the same 2 rocks sitting out the whole competition, they would curl a lot more and probably be a different speed than the other 6 rocks. So not only do you want to keep it fairly consistent within the competition, but then the club play you don't want to
Exactly.
go to all of a sudden Monday Night League and 1 and 2 stone are 15
Yeah,
feet heavier
exactly.
and curl 3 more feet. So
Yeah, and when mixed doubles first came out, we weren't really cognizant of that, I don't think, and so none of us were doing that. And we found a few times after an event, we were like, "Holy cow, why are some of these rocks so aggressive?" So, yeah, that's exactly right, Sherry. We just want to try to make sure the rocks are fairly evenly used, so that they react similar.
perfect.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing, that would be tough, even if you weren't thinking about after the event, but through the event, let's say one team set aside 5-6, and then the next team comes out, sets it aside again, and then third or fourth game out, someone brings out 5-6, and all of a sudden, oh, what's going on here? How come 5-6 is really going? So it's just even through the event, because it's difficult to track what other teams are doing and which rocks they're using. This way, everybody knows it's on the
Exactly.
board. These are the rocks that were set out.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's actually stipulated before each draw that you can
Right.
only use 1 to 6 or
Yeah.
3 to 7, 3 to
Exactly.
8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it fair.
Okay, so
I'm not sure. Did Brayden just throw that rock at the top of the 8-foot there?
I think so.
This one?
Yeah, I think so.
What would he have been doing there?
Let's see. So Broderson, Kleibrink have hammer here. I wonder if he was just trying to, maybe he was trying to be a little more, he's trying to just maybe block that they aren't able to get rid of the red. Looks like he's gonna maybe try to run
Try
this
to
red
say
and
he
catch
could.
half of that red on the top four
Yeah,
there.
and leave blue sitting about 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm. No,
On
he's
the
not quite
guard.
by.
Okay, but now
It looks like, does it look like she got blue sitting 2 there, Sherry? Or is that back
well,
bottom right red maybe second?
I would say red is second,
Okay.
but I don't know what.
You might have to guard so they don't give up 2 or 3 here. So right now, if they don't throw, blue would just have a small tap on the blue there maybe to get 3.
Yeah,
So they're gonna have to take that away for sure, I think. So Sherry, you're off to World Championships here in December?
no, Canadians.
Canadians, okay.
Senior Canadians are in Sault Ste. Marie,
Nice.
and December, I think 6th to the 11th or something.
Awesome.
Because of COVID, we didn't have a senior provincial this last year. Well, nobody had anything, so they are switching the times of the Canadian seniors to December. So Curl Sask appointed the 2 teams that won the last provincials.
Right.
We a couple days before we were to go to Portage for the Canadian seniors, COVID hit. So they appointed our team and Bruce Cordy's team in the men's. So we
Nice.
get to go to Sault Ste. Marie in December.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there.
Thank you. Thanks. It's always fun. The seniors is fun. We
Yeah.
get it's like old home week with all the women that I've curled against for decades. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, and the last time you were at the same Canadian Championship as Bruce Cordy, you guys
Yeah, we both
we
both won
you
that
both
year.
won.
Yeah.
So that was so there's some good vibes there.
Yeah, no, that was good. And I think I might have driven through Sault Ste. Marie when I was a teenager, but I've never curled there or been there otherwise, so.
Okay, a big shot here. I think she's guarding just to take away that tap for 3. Looks like she's tapping.
I think it's pretty good.
Looks like Chantele might still have a way in there, but it'll be a little tougher, that's for sure.
Yeah, just needed to curl another inch or 2, I think, and it would have been impossible, but.
Yeah. We'll just have a look and see what we have for scores going on out there. So we have just Deis. That game was over. Nedohin that game is also over. So Nedohins have won that game over Bobowski 11-5. And then Cotters have won 10-1. And our game. And then we have 9-1 right now. Oh, that game's over. Ackerman Bernath over Stremick Eddy. Deval Eriksson they're winning 4-2 over Campbell Sharback, going into the 6th still. And then Sauter Wills, they won that game 7-1 over Waterfield. And then we have Quick Armstrong, that game's over, so Armstrong Schneider beat Quick Armstrong.
Ooh, good, we don't have to say those 2 names.
Yep.
Armstrong.
I think the shot is there. I mean, it'll be tight getting by there, but I think she has a shot for 3.
Yeah,
what do you think, Sherry?
Well, I think so too. I don't think she has to move that blue one or the red one more than a couple of inches to get it out further than the other blue one there in the edge of the back of the 4. So I doubt she would stick around for 3. She's thrown a fair bit of weight here. I don't think she's got it. Oh, maybe that's what she was trying to do. It's hard to tell. I think. Well, they're fist bumping. They must figure they got their 2 there. It's really close. I think the top one's out. Looks like it might be a measure for 2 here for blue. Oh, here comes the measuring stick. Must have been what she was playing to come off her back one and just kick it over into the 4-foot. Looks like Brayden motioned the Blue Rocks. I think it was score 2 there in the 6th end, which would put them up 5-2.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
This is our first time seeing the power play. Kitz, Stewart are kind of under the 8 ball here. They're 3 down playing 7 with the hammer. So they've gone to the power play. You can see the opposition there didn't curl enough. It was kind of like Nancy and I were talking about not really knowing where to put the broom, what the speed's going to be like going to the wing, and now especially the other 3 sheets are all off, the games are done, so things might change a little bit there as well, so they'll just have to be watchful of that. Presuming on this shot that Chaelynn is just trying to do exactly what she did there, just get it into the rings, but she came up a little short. I don't think she was worried about the opposition zone being there, but she was hoping to get that one into the 12-foot, be sitting 2 rocks in the rings. These boys out there are pretty tall guys, both of them. I think they both have to be close to 6 feet tall. Mind you, next to Chaelynn, they all look pretty tall. Sorry, Shay. Well, they've left enough room there. I think that Brayden can get in with just a soft tap back and try to get under. Utilize that corner.
Oh, what'd I miss, Jerry?
Well, Chaelynn came up just a little bit short. She didn't quite get that red rock in the rings on the power play.
So Chaelynn and Brayden have power play here?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 down playing 7.
All right.
But she curled enough that at least I think he can get in there and maybe tap it back and get half.
Yeah, half under would be nice.
He'll have to get a bit under, or else
it'll be easy double, maybe.
Yeah. It's not the ideal setup, but a really good shot here, I think, would put him in pretty good shape.
Really good.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Nice shot.
Oh, that is
Made that about as
absolutely
good as he
great
could have
shot.
made it. Really
Yeah.
good. Still left blue sitting 1 and 2, but you can kind of deal with those ones later.
Yeah.
Force the opposition to think a little here. So
I thought he was missing that one by quite a bit, and he actually got pretty close.
yeah, like I said before, we don't see a lot of inside out in mixed doubles, and when you do, then you'll see a lot of movement and a little bit
Yeah.
stickier than going outside in. So just interesting. We had one of the team members had to withdraw from the event tonight, so you cannot have a substitution in mixed doubles. So that means that the team has to withdraw from or a forfeit.
Oh.
Yeah, so just an interesting rule with mixed doubles. It's a little bit nerve-wracking when you go to an event and one team member maybe isn't feeling good or something's going on. You can't bring anyone else in. You can't go to a spare pool. You're done. So
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I mean, half your team is
yeah.
eliminated.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully it wasn't.
Yeah, hopefully there's nothing
because-
serious. And
Yeah.
so we'll have that the team that was going to play will still have to throw their LSDs, because as we've talked about, those LSDs are still really key in this whole picture and getting teams to playoffs. So they'll get the automatic win, but they'll have to come throw their LSDs.
Okay. So they would get their normal practice and
Yeah.
pre-game practice, and then throw their
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah. Okay, so looks like he's going to play the flat double here, I think.
Is that not just going to go right into the red rock?
Yeah, but maybe he's hoping it'll pop off and up, and that'll bring that one under the guard in play, potentially, for later,
Or would
right?
it be better off to play the same type of shot he just played, just quiet, squeak it by his own red, and roll a little this way?
Yeah, hard to know.
He's playing the double, it looks like.
That's a good shot. I think that's probably as good as he could have made it. I think it was always going into that one on the side,
I
wasn't it?
think it was always
Yeah.
going there. That's why I think the other one might have been a better play. Even rub your red one over and roll, and then try to make a double or a triple. Because now he's theoretically eliminated his red rock in the top of the 12-foot as well.
Now, if Kyler would ever knows this, then maybe he'd have another double to bring that one back into play. Hoping for a miss, obviously, somewhere along the way to be able to get at that back one.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna do what you said, I think, but he's rolling. Well, he left a nosed triple.
Is the triple there, Sherry?
I think it is. I think
Three
if you
quarters there? 9?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
hit
off
it-
nose, hey?
Hit it fairly full, just sort of redirect off the second rock and then back onto the...
I think key here is making sure he sticks his shooter somewhere so that, like I said, if they do get a miss, then Chaelynn will have a shot for a couple.
Exactly. I think making the double and rolling kind of away to separate those red rocks is the crucial play. Oh, it's not going to stick
no.
around.
Well, he made the double. Did he punch that one enough to... Well, Ooh, that's a pretty
No.
flat double back there too.
Lose laying 1 and 2.
Not quite what he was hoping for, I think.
No, he had to stick around with the shooter, I think. Make the double and now I know we've talked about the ability to come back with 3 and 4 in the end to win. What about
Stealing?
stealing?
Well, I've seen it happen, but
Not as easy as
it's not quite as easy. So it'll be, I think, for Chaelynn and Brayden, they just need to lock up their 1 here for sure, and then kind of hope for some good angles in the next end. But I don't think they'll quit. I think they'll keep going.
well, she might. Where she motioned, she might set up a triple.
Yeah, she could. That's the only place they don't want to put this here. Probably third shot, biting 8 would be ideal. Nice shot, looks pretty good. Did she get third there? Ooh. Yeah, I think she did, hey? Chaelynn's having a look. Looks like they got third, I think. Yeah, draw for 1.
Yeah.
Okay, draw for 1, and that was a nice shot by Chantele. Just to get shots. Third shot there.
Yeah, it's funny that they would have gone there if they keep sweeping that and it goes full 8 foot or top 4, kind of in between those rocks. She would have set up some sort of a possible triple.
I think that Chaelynn and Brayden are just trying to determine for sure which path they want to take here. Doesn't really have backing. You don't want to think about that probably.
Looks like she's set up for the in turn, but which would be kind of the more natural turn.
I
But
think so.
she could certainly probably play it with the out turn and follow Chantele's down and just take a little less ice.
Yeah, it's probably really whichever one you know the best and
Yeah.
feel the most confident with. Like to see Brayden put a brush down here. There we go. Must be close.
Oh, it's really curly.
Looks really good. Good shot.
Probably needed that little bit of a rub, maybe.
Okay, I guess we'll see. See if they can generate a steal of 2. It's interesting because, you know, Kyler and Chantele can't hit until Kyler's first rock, and there'll already be 5 rocks in play, right?
Right.
So sometimes you just think, why don't we just peel it out? But it becomes tempting because, ooh, if I don't get in there first, then they're going to get in there. So we'll see what happens here. I think we had talked about before that this would be a big win for Broderson and Kleibrink. They have 2 losses already, so they cannot drop to third loss. And then Chaelynn and Brayden also need this win. They have 1 loss though, so a little more window for them. But both teams hungry for the win here.
So do we have any? It looks like Nedohin is 4 and 1. It looks like they're done the round robin play, and they would be in top of their pool. So there's 1. At 4.
Yeah. Well, Clyders could still get to 4 and 1. I think.
Oh, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else all done?
I'll
That's
go have a
in
look
and
here. Line
guaranteed?
scores. Oh, sorry.
So this is probably a really big shot. Then,
Yeah,
if you're trying
exactly.
to steal 2. Shea wants this in.
Well, Well, we have Armstrong and Schneider at 5-0, so they'll definitely be through. And then in that pool, Sauter Wills is 4-1, so they're looking like they'd be in contention for that bottom 6 spot.
Okay, so the rest of that pool is all done, so they're done for the... Oh yeah, I forgot about the power play.
Yeah, so they've played the power play for defensive mechanism here. So I'm thinking that Chantele is going to play the tick maybe on this center guard. Probably try to tick and roll in, ideally.
It's looking pretty close.
Oh.
Oh, maybe they weren't playing that.
Oh, I think they were. I think he was trying to help it curl there, it looked like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now they can peel. I think your play is probably to go around T-line, hey? Back button?
Yep. You can bet that Kyler's going to try the play the peel on the next one, so.
Yeah.
So maybe put this one around, guard it, Kyler peel, and then maybe drop your last one. Try to drop it shot around the corner guard, I guess.
This is coming up late.
Looks pretty
I think
good.
she was getting it there.
It's a good sweep.
Really good sweep.
Okay. That didn't get shot rock though.
No.
So they're going to have to play the freeze, I think. Let Kyler hit at the top one. Another freeze. Although maybe Kyler would just take off that guard, hey?
Yeah. Any way you look at it, you need a miss at this
Yes,
point.
that's for
Steel
sure.
too, right?
Especially with that power play that was still in play there.
I might throw in one more guard, but I guess you only don't have that many rocks, do you?
So just an update over at Sutherland. Deval Erickson stole 2 and 6, so they're up 6-2 over Campbell Sharback. And then I think the rest of the games were done, so yeah, we just have a couple games still going. Just our game and the Deval Erickson Campbell Sharback game. It's the only 2.
We got a nice comment from Amanda saying, awesome job we're doing on the commentary. Thanks very much, Amanda.
Well, isn't she just nice?
She's trying to get Nancy to buy her a drink of wine
Yeah.
as well.
That's how I got Sherry to do it. Oh, that overcurled a little on them there.
Yes. It was a great effort, but the wrong. Now it's probably set up a pretty easy double. Well, no, I guess it's pretty steep yet, but.
Looks like he's going to give it a go.
Yeah, they needed that to be shot, I think, for sure.
Just to remind folks, there's going to be a game at 6 o'clock. I think, Sherry, are you going to stick around?
I'm going to stick
All right,
around.
we'll do the commentating at 6. And if anybody wants to come down to Martensville and watch some curling, or else over to Sutherland to watch some curling, there's some great games going on tonight. I can just maybe have a look here and see what games are on tonight.
You can pick your club from there.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Draw
Try to keep
11.
you updated on all the draws, but
Okay.
it's always better to go and see local, live curling.
looks like we'll have Sauter Wills versus Kennedy Field.
This is
I think here at
Martensville.
Martensville tonight. Kleider versus Barber Grindheim. Carrie Hartong versus Hogue DeLello. And Rana, so that's 1, 2, 3. I think Rana and Weagle Epping are here tonight as well. Maybe James, can you just double check that one?
That'll be a big
That's
deciding
a
game.
big
I think,
game. Yeah.
Because I think Weagle and Epping have a loss. Rana do not at this point. So Weagle and Epping will be
Yeah, that's right,
fighting
Sherry.
for their life, I think.
Yes, exactly. They're here? Yeah. So just to confirm, yeah, they are here. Rana and Weagle Epping will be playing here tonight. And then we have Liscombs are playing Hersecorn Laycock over at Sutherland.
Oh, my other team.
Yeah.
My senior team.
And then Walter Walters playing Popwich Owens over at Sutherland. And Gil Hewitt, the Australians, are playing Tran Sleshninsky. I apologize.
Sleshinsky.
And Kennedy Baum is playing Remishilo Dirksen over at Sutherland as well.
So we've got some pretty good games there, some meaningful games in each of the clubs.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the last couple round robins. You always see that with the round robin, how tight it gets at the end there. Teams will be really closely watching their LSDs at this point and wanting a couple back and wanting to make sure they put them tight for their next ones here. So.
And anybody in the hunt will have to wait until the final stone is thrown to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But the good thing about a round robin with an early event in the season is you get those 5 games in, and if you're trying to prep for the rest of the season, you at least get some good games in.
Yeah.
I know you're kind of on the fence about the round robins, but
well, the only thing I don't like about the round robins compared to a triple knockout, if you're still playing, you can still win it.
That's right.
Round robin, especially in this format, if you went 0-2, chances are you're out of it, right? You can't make playoffs, but you have to stay here and play. And yes, it gets you more games, but...
good shot there by Brayden. If it would have got us half a rock under, it would have been a little better, but...
just needed to finish just a hair more, or even a foot or 2 higher would have been perfect.
I think if Kyler gets rid of this one, it might be game over here. I'm not sure what Chaelynn will have. She might have a tap on the blue to sit 2. It'll be very precise shot, but it's the only shot I see if Kyler peels this one out. So. Anyways, I wanted to thank you, Sherry, for coming down and doing this. It's been a fun week and busy week, so it was nice to get some commentating in. I know when I went to watch one of the games, I was trying to turn the volume up and there was nothing happening. So it's always kind of, although people, again, as I said, they're probably thinking, can you just be quiet? Because they can hear the curlers and we can't. So this looks close. Pretty good. Nice shot. Great shot. Oh, maybe a thin little double for Chaelynn.
Well, that might have made it easier.
It might have. I think he was probably trying to roll away there, but this will be...
If she can do it and...
Looks like quarter rock, Sherry? 1/8 of a rock, maybe? Just a redirect, really.
Well, no, it's thicker
Pretty
than
sharp,
that, I think,
it?
but...
to not touch her red, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. She can't touch her red, and she wants to stay hidden as much as she possibly can.
She ideally would like to Chantele to have to draw against 2 here.
Exactly. And that you never know. We've all had those games where... for and against, where you think you have it in the bag, or you think you're losing, and then all of a sudden a draw is missed against 2 or 3 in it.
Yeah, that's
totally
for sure.
Changes the
that's for sure.
Dynamics. So
I can remember playing a mixed doubles in I think it was Oshawa or something like that, and we gave up a 6-ball in the last end. We were up 5, and the team in the 7th end said, should we play? Yeah, let's just throw them back. Okay, we'll play them back, they said. Okay. They got 6 and won the game. And then I've also scored 5 in the 8th end against a team that was 4 up. So, you know, it's give and take.
That's when you hide the steak knives.
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, that's right. Was not good situation. We came off the ice and Jeff Stoughton said, "Why didn't you hit something?"
Okay, Chaelynn.
Make a good one
draw
here, yeah.
Anyway.
Like to see it come down to the last rock here. Oh, Brayden is really going here. Oh, she's gone. Well, it was a good game. Really good game. So both these teams are still in the hunt. So come on down out to the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial down at Martensville or over at Sutherland. We'd love to see you. If not, check out our game at 6 o'clock on the same channel here. Right, James?
Okay. Talk to you later.